Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's middle class tax refund MCTR payment chat. We'll also talk about Cyber Monday and we'll talk a little bit about student loan debt forgiveness. I titled this video The Reason You Might Not Get the MCTR Payment Until January because I'm still getting a lot of questions about people who it's past their last initial and my laptop's really wiggly because I've got it on pillows. Anyway, um, so they are like, "Hey, Shelly, my last name starts with C. I should have already received my middle class tax refund. Where is it?" So let me tell you guys what I think is happening, or what I'm told is happening by people who are calling the franchise tax board. So what happens is if you ha- let me get my words together here. If you paid your tax preparation fees out of your state refund, what's happening is, to make all that happen on the back end, it's going to like your tax preparer's bank account. Then it has to get rejected by them. Then that process on the FTB website, it says to allow 10 to 14 weeks for that to change. Then they're going to send it out to you in the form of the debit card. But the people whose banking account information has changed, they're in the last group of people where those payments aren't going to go out until the end of, or the middle of January. So, and I will share the screen with you guys so that you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to open a new tab. Okay. For a second, it's going to be something else. And then a lot of people, you guys need to call the number on the back and set up a PIN number before you can use it. And I'm not sure what's going on if they're saying the social security number doesn't match. Okay. So here is where it says that if it's a direct deposit recipient who's changed their banking information. And again, this can happen even if it's not your bank account that you actually changed, but if it's trying to get deposited to your tax preparer first. And unfortunately, you can't just call your tax preparer to fix that. You just kind of have to wait for the payment to be rejected by them. And then that's going to be in this very last group, the 12/17 through 1/14 of 2023. And that's when it's getting sent out. And then you got to allow up to 2 weeks after that to get the debit card. Let me show you where I'm getting that 10 to 14 week time period once it gets rejected. That comes in the help with the middle class tax refund section. And so even if it's not your bank account, if you had those tax preparation fees taken out of your refund, this can happen. They may have tried to deposit it to your tax preparer's bank, basically. So if your bank account has changed, closed, or updated since your 2020 California tax return was filed, you will receive your payment by debit card in the mail. Note that 10 to 14 weeks should be allowed for processing. Okay. And now, lastly, let me take you to Facebook where they're talking about the wrong account and that kind of thing. Okay. So it's in the California stimulus group. And okay. They're talking about PEBT. You guys should have received your extra SNAP money here in the state of California. Yesterday. Okay. Here's people with the letter C that hasn't received it, people with the letter M. Okay, where the heck is this? People having trouble calling. Claimer will help you call the franchise tax board. But again, they don't really. Andrew, why are you asking in here? What is your question? You want a basic, Andrew, why don't you just ask me? Naughty, naughty. All right. Okay. I want a basic we're going to read your question, Andrew. You never received a Golden State stimulus check back in 2021. You drove for Uber and you were in the negative AGI on your California 2020 tax return. The stimulus required that you had a minimum of $1 in earned income. Well, this doesn't. This is why you didn't get the $600 Golden State stimulus. It is your belief, and you actually contacted someone from the FTB that negative adjusted gross income are indeed qualified for this. You are correct. If you go to the Franchise Tax Board, it says non Golden State recipients will be getting theirs starting December 7th. So they will do it by last name, first batch of letter A through K. So is this really true? It seems that zero or negative AGI people will get it, but we are in the next batch of people to get it in December. I wonder if anyone in my situation has got debit cards as early as now, but unlikely. Andrew, I don't know of anybody who didn't receive the Golden State stimulus who already received it. But that's actually a good question. But you could have asked it here. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. I'm still trying to find that post about the about the banking. So give me a second. Do, 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 do. Oh, also, if you do need to update your address, it's gonna ask you, like, before you can just update your address, it's going to ask you for your adjusted gross income. And I can't remember if that's off your 2021 taxes or your 2020 taxes. Okay. So this person said, although some of it's going to not be great advice, but they say contact your tax preparer if you had your fees taken out and haven't received your MCTR payment. They spoke with the FTB and they told me that my MCTR was direct deposited on October 11th to an account. They gave her the routing number. They called their tax preparer, and her bank information is different from what the Franchise Tax Board gave me. But she looked up the routing number for the Santa Barbara taxpayer group, and voila, it's the same number as what the Franchise Tax Board has on file. She was going to try and call her tax preparer to get the money, but that's unfortunately not going to work. But so that's where that wrong account information is kind of coming in, then that's going to register as changing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and Andrew, I did a poll because I had somebody else asking that same question and they said that they had received it. Um, they are eligible to receive it, but let's just double check those dates. If you didn't receive the Golden State stimulus and it's A through K, those are going out December 5th through the 17th, and then allow up to 2 more weeks from the date issued to get the debit card. So I believe I checked yesterday, that's around December 31st. Okay. Before I get too much further with all the middle class tax refund stuff, I do just want to say, so we don't know what's going on with student loan forgiveness, but student debt repayment is paused. Um, and they're thinking that they're trying to wait to see, if it's going to get resolved, the debt relief. So the pause could be in effect. If they make a decision on student loan forgiveness, payments would restart 60 days after a decision is made. If it hasn't been resolved, then it could go all the way to June 30th, and then payments would resume 60 days after that. So July, August, so like September 1st on student loan debt repayment. And then I want to say one more thing before Cyber Monday ends. Debbie, I've got a different little green guy with me tonight. And this is actually my bedroom. I'm still trying to figure out where the best place to stream is, since I've rented out the blue room. And so some of you probably know, even though I like budgeting and I like finance and I like making smart finance decisions, um, I just don't think it's realistic to cut, like, every single streaming service, and I do subscribe to Disney Plus, which was $7.99 a month, but in my email, literally, this morning, yesterday, I got the letter saying that Disney Plus is going up to 10.99. And around the same time, I saw that Hulu is running a promotion for $1.99 a month for a year, and you can add Disney Plus for $3. Now, it is supposed to be for new customers only, and I definitely followed that rule. Uh with a new email address. So now I went from paying $7.99 to paying, I think it's $4.98 for the 2 subscription services. So I saved myself $2. So that's what I got on Cyber Monday. The Del Taco deal, they're not giving out as many combos this year, so I did not do that, um, this year. Okay, now let me get into your questions. Social Justice Warrior says, "You got a refund and took the TurboTax fee taken out of this refund. I'm a January person." Possibly. Possibly. I would just be prepared for that. Um, that's gonna be my guess, is that that's what's gonna happen with yours. But if you get it sooner than that, then that would be great. And the reason why I'm saying I'm guessing after I just stated it as fact is because of this. It's federal and state taxes are different, so it depends on like which part of the refund those fees came out of. Then it also kind of depends on like, do they realize that? Did they try and turn it into the wrong bank and have it get rejected? Or not. So, yeah. Okay, and yeah, negative and $0 adjusted gross income, they do qualify, as well as people who only had unemployment benefits, as long as you filed your 2020 taxes. Hi, Debbie. Oh, Debbie, good. I'm glad you're in here because appearance from the little green guy. He's the big green guy though, and we're not cooking him in Thanksgiving dinner. Naughty, naughty. Okay, let's see here. Debbie says, "You're an H and you got the card last week. Looked up where to cash out that. Um, where in Target do you cash out the card? At a register or question mark?" And so what Debbie's referring to is finding ATMs where they don't charge you fees. They're so it's indicating that there's an ATM inside of a Target, but now that you mention it, I've never really seen an ATM inside of a Target. You can get cash back from, from that, and I wonder if, like, all Targets have an ATM inside? So, usually, like, there's, like, a separate ATM, right? Like in a 7-Eleven, how if you walk to the back, and I'm not saying that 7-Eleven is one of the places you can do it. Did you use the free ATM locator, and did it say that there was one inside the Target that you went to? Um, yeah, I'm not sure about the register. I've never seen an ATM in a Target. But in all honesty, like, I don't normally look for one either. If you give me a second, I'll switch to that. Is that your question, Phantasma, about those, ATMs? And Ben, Shelley's Billions at gmail.com, that's actually my email address that I'm using. You are on the negative AGI. So you will qualify. It's just gonna depend on your last initial. Okay, Ben says, "You need to find a Facebook group and ask for your relatives too. Your younger brother is bugging me with questions. I should have him join the stream." Yes, you should. And like you can ask on his behalf if you know what the question is. And I think it's just I've just clicked out of there. But yeah, the Facebook group, and take what the people say in there with a grain of salt. And that Facebook group is also, it's run by the people who run Claimer. So a lot of times they're like kind of, sometimes pushing their link. So Phantasma, I did do that survey, they're not supposed to have hold on, let's go back. Um, so people with a negative or $0 AGI, those people should not have received the Golden State stimulus, which means that they shouldn't start even mailing those out until 12/5 through 12/17, and then allow another 2 weeks from the issued date to receive the card by mail. But on my community post on the survey, I did have people respond, and I don't know if it was mistake, like if they chose that option by mistake, but I did have people say that they didn't get the Golden State stimulus that received it. And unfortunately, like, that kinda thing is hard for me to verify if people are, understanding the way I worded the question, if they're answering correctly, or if they're just picking something just to pick something. Um, the timing for the negative AGI seems kind of wrong. Some got it early. Wow. Yeah. Oops. Let's get rid of this spam. Sorry, guys. Okay. And then Ben says, oh, you went crazy. Okay, but you had savings on Christmas gifts. If you waited, till another time, you would have paid more. That could be true. I was just reading an article where, like, stores mark up what they are offering just in order to make it look like they are giving a 50% discount. So, but if you are happy with your purchases and there are things that you were gonna buy as gifts anyway, and you save some money, then I'm super happy about that, and I hope that, that you didn't buy anything where a store was just kinda, like, pretending to discount it, because that's, like, not that's crappy of stores to do that, but I have heard that before. Keith, you were wondering why you hadn't received it yet. No, I love this giant little green thing. I also have a Lego set of this, I should build it. Okay, Andrew says, "Cool Christmas plans. You're driving up to Northern California to see family. I do wish you luck. Maybe you could leave, like, late on the 23rd." Yes, because traffic will be a nightmare. Although, like, Thanksgiving traffic was not as bad as it's been in previous years. Hello, King. King is reminding everybody to please smash that like button, and I would certainly appreciate that. Eric just says dot dot dot. Did I miss something else from you, Eric? Alex, in TurboTax, is there a way to find out if your fees were paid with the refund? And I assume California refund, not the federal. Yes. Yes, and that's why the very first question I was like, I'm not quite sure." There should be, like, it should on the last page, and I don't wanna totally bring up my tax return because I don't wanna, like, share my Social Security number accidentally online, but yes, there should be a way, like, it'll say, like, your California refund was this much, and then you could kinda, like, check it against your direct deposit information and see if it matches. That's probably how I would do that. Or maybe if there's, oh, I feel like maybe there's like a receipt, like an invoice that they send you at the end that should tell you if you had fees taken out. But yeah, it should say that somewhere in there. All Targets have an ATM. They're an all point. Thank you, XSX. PX1. I always struggle with your username. Maybe I should just call you E because that's the, icon that comes up. Thank you for that. So where are those located? Are they by, like, because, like, you know how, like, most stores are set up the same so that, no matter which one you're in, you can kinda find things. Is it by the gift return? Is it by the Starbucks? Is it by the restrooms? Are they, like, where are they? Because I feel like I've never actually seen one. But thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. There's no ATM in Target, and it's the same issue at Walgreens, CVS, etc. You got this info from that locator site you sent you on the show. Please advise. They really should have them. Some CVS's I feel like don't, some Walgreens don't, and it is hit or miss. Like, I don't know what to tell you if their own website locator isn't correct. And then when I first checked, they were showing some AMPMs and ARCOs, and there's still a few of those, but it's not very many. But almost all the ARCOs, like the AMPMs, they do have them, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a free ATM. Ah, I wish I had a better answer. I always, Debbie, I feel bad because you are in the streams all the time. And so when I don't have an answer, I feel really bad. Yeah, ask because E is saying that they do have them there. All right, Anthony, you went on a date with a guy named Antonio today. He's so cute. I hope we can go on more dates. How am I? I'm good. Anthony, please be careful out there. Um, Something else, you guys know that like a lot of my friends, most of my friends are all gay, right? And so even though I'm older, every once in a while I like to go to the Abbey, right? Which is a gay club. And it's very scary all the things that are happening out there. Um just love one another. That's like my message. Um so yeah, just be alert, be safe. Um but I'm glad I gotta get back into dating. Well, I don't gotta, but like, I don't know, I'm not getting any younger. So ugh, I'm doing okay though. Debbie says, all this is a massive crap hassle to get the refund in full. Wells Fargo Bank wants fees to cash out the card. Yeah, I think they want at least $1.25. Did you call and actually ask them? I'm curious. Um, so it's not, hang on, I'll pull that up. Yes, Alex, you're correct. So also, if your California refund was 0, did you hmm, did you get your Golden State refund? Because so usually or your Golden State stimulus, and the reason why I'm asking that is because that's normally where they were using the direct deposit information. But maybe you didn't have a fee taken out, um, which would then put you in what is your last name? But did you get your Golden State stimulus by check? That's my new question. Okay. I'm gonna pull up some of the ATMs. Give me 2 seconds. So it's Money Network, but I don't know if that's what's listed on the back. Someone else was concerned because theirs didn't have the chip. Did you guys does yours have a chip? Okay, so here's the ATM locator that carry the All Point or Money Pass brand. And then you do need to set up that 4-digit PIN first. More than 55,000 locations. Use the locator below to find one near you. And I don't know why this is defaulted up to Sacramento, and then 8 a.m. PM is the first one that comes up. Let's find surcharge free ATMs. I'm going to type in my old works zip code. Um some Targets. Why is there a park that's showing up? It looks like they might have them in Ralph's, Chevrons. Most of the CVS's look like they would have them. So maybe a CVS or a Ralph's. Anyway, so the ATMs that you're looking for are All Point. Is that what it said? All Point or Money Pass brand. And you do need to have set up your PIN number before you try and cash that out. Okay. Oops. They are near the end of the last aisle. Thank you, E, for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Debbie, like maybe ask one of the Target employers, uh, employees, what is wrong? I can't speak tonight. I'm tired, you guys. I normally am going to bed at like 9, these days 10. Um, Anthony says maybe the ATM's in a super secret place. They're in the sketch alley behind the Target. I have been to some clubs where there are ATMs and sketch alleys behind them. Don't worry, you don't even use that terrible app called Grinder. It's all hookups, not my style. I have plenty of friends that do. All right. San Diego, California 619 says, you're a P and you got it on Saturday. You owed child support. Hopefully this helps anyone keep the faith. You got 350. Thank you for sharing that. That is helpful. I appreciate you popping in to let us know that. Okay, Debbie says, so wrong that you have to hunt all over the place looking for the ATM and hope it does not swallow up the card and pays out the full money. This is just wrong. It's certainly frustrating. And something else that I'll say that I'm curious about is there are a lot of ATMs that will only allow you to withdraw in $20 increments. And because the amount for a single person is 350, are you going to be able to get out like that last $10? If not, like buy some toilet paper or some like dish soap, something you're going to use from Target maybe. Because you can use it like a credit card without fees. It's just gonna get tricky when you get down to that last amount, because if you don't, like basically, like, if it's a weird amount, like, let's say you're left with 63 cents on there, that might be how much is left on my Del Taco gift card from last year, but you're gonna need to tell the cashier, "Hey, I want you to put 63 cents on this card and the rest in cash, or the rest on this card." So, hopefully, those ATMs, let you get it out in that amount. You got your 350 and spent it all the next day. Alright. Siegel, my friend took out a loan of 350 and intends to pay it back once he gets the 350 from the state. Not very smart in my opinion. No, and notice how my voice changed. I had a coworker, right? Who I also consider a friend. Oh, sorry. And he I hope it was not one of those like cash advance or like payday advance loans, because those come with really, really high interest rates. Um, so I would try and pay that back as quickly as possible. And, in general, I worry about people who have to take out a loan because they need this $350 so badly. Could he take on like a side hustle? Could he drive for Uber for a couple days? Could they sell some clothing on eBay? Could they find a way to make that $350 quickly some other way, at least so they can pay that back? Because a lot of times those interest rates on those loans are really, really high. Now I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Woo. Phew. Excuse me. Um, go to Chevron or CVS. Yeah. Those are free and no charge, yeah. So Debbie went to a Target. They're supposed to be in Target. They're just apparently the ATM is hard to find. ATM in the park in the middle of the pond, like 10 feet underwater. Maybe Chevron. Yes. Rhonda says, still waiting for my middle class tax refund. The FTB has no record of a payment sent to me as of now. You got the Golden State stimulus one direct deposit, but didn't qualify for two. And I think that part's normal. I think it was like, even though they called them one or two, it's like if you got the first one, you didn't get the second one. And if you didn't get the first one, then you got the second one, because basically they changed the income limit. So, like, initially I didn't get the first Golden State stimulus because I think I made too much, and then they upped the income limit, which did make me qualify, so I got the second one. So I think that was how that worked. You either got the first or the second, and then they added some things for dependents. So I think maybe it was possible for someone to get the first one for themselves and then get it for their dependents, but don't quote me on that. I have to go back and research it at this point. Anyway, the FTB said that that could delay my payment. Yeah. So, first of all, I don't really recommend calling the FTB because I don't think they're giving out good information. It's my personal opinion. Um, then secondly, like, I have Claimer linked below. If you do call and you don't want to hold, Claimer will still help you get through. But again, I don't really recommend calling the FTB because I don't find that they're giving out good information. Um, so I'm going to go through this example because I think this is what's happening a lot. Some of you that have been in the stream, you've heard me go through this a couple times, so I apologize if you've heard this example a lot. So what has happened to a lot of people is you file your federal tax for free through like TurboTax, through H&R Block. Then after you're done filing those taxes, then it asks you for $14.99, do you want to file your state taxes with us, or $29.99 or something? And it's not very much, but you don't really want to pay. But it's like, we have all your information right here. We can see if you're getting a refund. And so then you think, oh, well, okay, I'm already here. I'll just let this program tell me if I'm getting a refund. And then it pulls all your information. And then it probably says something like, oh, you're getting a $200 refund from the state of California. And then for most of us, not all of us, but for most of us, it's like, okay, well, I'm getting a little bit of a refund from the federal government. Now I'm also getting more money back from the state. So sure, I'll pay the fee to file my state taxes through the same program that I'm filing my federal taxes for free. Then it asks you, and here's where it's getting people. Then it asks you, do you want to have your tax preparation fees taken out of your refund? And no shame, like everybody I know does this, including myself. Of course, I want you to take it through the refund. Why do I want to pay you out of pocket when you could just take some of it out of the refund and it still feels like I'm getting a payday, right? But what is happening in a lot of those situations is they actually tried to direct deposit it to like that tax preparer's bank account information, which unfortunately then it gets rejected from that tax preparer's banking information. Then, even though you personally didn't change your bank account information, then it's being handled as though your bank account information is different from when you filed your taxes, and that's gonna put you in that last group of people. And guys, I gotta figure out how to blow my nose. So give me a second. I feel like my computer's gonna fall. Don't fall. It's propped up on 2 pillows. But I have Kleenex if I can reach them without my computer. Okay, here we go. All right. All better. Ugh. Okay, let's see here. Ugh. I feel like the lighting's slightly better in here for streaming. Okay. Jillian says, when I get my 350, it'll all be for Christmas gifts. Well, half of it. Okay. Andrew says, personally, you would keep the ATM card or want to keep it and frame it for that time the state was so generous to me as a souvenir. You could make a parody video about that. Debbie says, you'll run all over Target waving the card as I seek an employee who knows anything or something about where the heck the ATM is because this website says it's in here. I don't know, Debbie. I don't know. I wish I did. Hi, Curly. Everyone can use any Walgreens to take out cash with no fee in $20 increments. Yeah. So what I would do, if it'll only let you do it in $20 increments, so it's going to leave most of us, not all of us, most of us with $10 left over. Most of the people here in my channel have been single, getting the $350 back. I would just buy toilet paper. Don't forget about that $10. And no, that might not. It's not a gift card. Never mind. If you have on a gift card though, if your balance is less than $10, you can request it to get cashed out. But this is a debit card and not a gift card. Okay. No. Does he not have credit? Can he take a job as a waiter? Like, it's the holidays. I love ice skating. I'm considering just taking, like, a seasonal job at the ice skating rink. What about, like, the Christmas tree farm? Ugh, those payday loans are really predatory, you guys. I it breaks my like, they should not be allowed to do business. I would rather see, like, payday loan forgiveness than student loan forgiveness because those people, oof, like, that's just a bad business model. They're very predatory, and I think people don't understand how much that interest is gonna rack up. Does he know? Does that interest compound daily? Does it compound weekly? Is it monthly? Because how much is that 350 gonna cost him? Um, ugh. Okay, Joel, Uber's a joke. You can make 350 on Uber per week, but it'll take all day just to make that. That's why you stop driving for them. Yeah. I know, but it's better than a payday loan. Those are so they have really high interest rates. Okay, Ben says, "Your roommate did Uber Eats and made 300 a day, but Junior JR took a large chunk of the day. It's not the best pay." Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm reading that wrong? Rhonda says, "You also oh, yeah, amending your return can definitely delay it." Yes. Let me pull that up. I believe that is on here. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the Franchise Tax Board, and I'm gonna go with help. Um, your debit card, direct deposit. And you amended your return. Oh, here it says amended return. Amending or filing your 2020 tax return after October 15th, 2021 or February 15th, 2022 is applicable will not qualify. What? Oh, okay. Okay. But that's saying after 2021. Did you amend them after October 15th of last year, or did you amend them before October 15th of last year? Um, as long as you amended them before October 15th of not this year, but last year, that shouldn't mess with the date. And basically, this is saying, hey, if you amend them or you file them now, it's not going to you won't get the middle class tax refund, but they support taxpayers filing true and accurate tax returns. And that's really all that says about that. It doesn't go into much detail besides that. Okay. Nope. Dang it. It never started sharing that. Hold on. So let me pull that page up so that you can see what I was reading. Oh, I'm sorry. Past my bedtime. You guys, I'm watching Wednesday on Netflix. Also, I probably should cancel my Netflix subscription, but I'm really enjoying it. Okay. Joel, for California taxes, what line would be where it says what your refund was? You're looking and it's hidden somewhere. So, Joel, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're not looking at your federal form because it won't say anywhere on your federal form. Um, so you want to, so not your 1040, you need to find the 540 form is where you're going to find that. Um, that is the mistake that most people make. So is it on there? Oops. Okay. Yeah, so I think if it was before October 15th of 2021, that shouldn't affect it, but it might. I wish that we could rely on what the government websites tell us, but unfortunately you can't. Yeah, all I'm seeing is like about amended is that you won't qualify if you turned them in or you did them after October 15th of last year. but nothing really. Let's go back. Let's read the first page just to be sure. So you'd be eligible if you filed your 2020 tax return by October 15th of 2021. You meet the California adjusted gross income limits described in the what you may receive section. And pretty much everybody who made less than $250,000 as a single person should qualify. You weren't eligible to be claimed as a dependent. You were a resident for 6 months or more of the 2020 tax year, and you're still a resident when it is issued. Yeah, okay. You'll receive your payment in the mail in the form of a debit card if you filed a paper return, had a balance due, received your Golden State stimulus payment by check, received your tax refund by check, regardless of the filing method, received your 2020 tax refund by direct deposit, but have since changed your banking institution or banking account number, or if you received an advance payment from your tax service provider or paid your tax preparer fees using your refund. Um, then this is the release schedule, but it doesn't really specify for people who amended their tax returns before the deadline. So more qualifications. Yeah. Uh-oh. Roy, check in and save us. And then Joel says, according to TurboTax, it was accepted by the FTB on February 14th of 2021. Looks like I never sent the amended taxes on TurboTax. I did, but I never did the final step to send that through. That's weird. So, but if it was accepted, I don't know why you had to amend yours. And if it was accepted, are you sure that it didn't go through? Sometimes, like, and you guys cannot ever send me pictures of your taxes, and you certainly can't share them here because they have sensitive information. But sometimes, like, I wish I could like look at all of this stuff with you guys so that I could know for sure what's going on. Um, yeah. Okay. I was thinking I wanted to do something else about Cyber Monday, but now I don't remember what that was. I'm going to take a drink of water out of my insanely giant water bottle. It's supposed to help you drink water, but I'm only at the 11 a.m. mark and it's been all day. Okay. I wanted to talk about, dang it, what was I going to look at on Cyber Monday? So for Cyber Monday, I only recommend buying things that you are already going to buy anyway. I went down a hole myself of looking at the Amazon Cyber Monday deals, and I was like, I want a Roomba. No, I do not need a Roomba vacuum cleaner. So yeah, so the only thing I bought was I lowered a bill. Oh, I wanted to see if Final Cut Pro's on sale. That's what I was gonna do. Okay, Joel says the original taxes that you did was accepted, but you amended it a little bit with a representative from there. He said the final step is to send the amended form in order to count, and you never did. So, but if you sent them in, if they got some version of it, right? So they'll just have the old version, they won't have the amended version. So as long see, and here's where I'm not a tax professional. But if the FTB received something, like they wouldn't know if you tried to amend it. So do you qualify for the middle class tax refund under the under the one that wasn't amended? My guess would be that you would. Okay, Rhonda says, yours was accepted as well, but you had another W-2 and that's why you had to amend. Ah, I see. And you did the last step on yours. But my guess is if so not for you, Rhonda, but for Joel, that like they would just use the old information because if you never hit submit, they don't know that it's amended. So they would just be going off that old information. And because those income limits to qualify were so high, my guess would be that you would still qualify for this middle class tax refund. Also, why if you were using a tax preparer, why wouldn't they send it for you? Like, that's kind of the whole point of use and I'm not, like, down on you or anything, but, like, why wouldn't they have returned that? Oh, I know what I wanted to look at on Cyber Monday. Um, sorry to change topics on you guys. I'm curious I use Audible. I've been trying to read more. Audible Cyber Monday. Black Friday, Shelley, that was last week. Um, get 2 free audiobooks and get 30 days for free, and then it's $14.95. Nope. Interesting. So that doesn't really look like it's a good Cyber Monday deal. What other things do I use? Let's look up Final Cut Pro because I'm trying to learn editing. Final Cut Pro. Okay, whatever. We're going to type in Black Friday, even though that's not the case. Is this just an app? Nope, $300 for Final Cut Pro. No deal there. All right. Well, all right. Yeah. All right. And guys, again, that Hulu Disney Plus deal is good. I'm going to show that to you guys. Hulu Cyber Monday. All for one great price. Bundle and save. And then it's increasing. Where's the Cyber Monday deal? Hulu Cyber Monday. Hulu Cyber Monday. At midnight Pacific time. So act quickly to save 72 on Hulu. But no, I don't want all these pop-ups. But then you can add Disney Plus for like another $3, which is the savings for me. So I just thought I would share that. Disney Plus Cyber Monday deal drops 1 year of service by 39%. Let's look at that. Yep. Disney Plus for $80, which is a 40% savings. So that's like 2 months free. But it's a better deal to just get it with Hulu. Did you guys buy anything on Cyber Monday? Hi, Diamond Pikachu. A lot of people are still waiting. Sorry for messing with my nose on camera. A lot of people are still waiting. All right, guys. Hopefully you get that soon. But a lot of times, if you paid your tax preparation fees out of your refund, that's going to delay it and possibly to the last group of people because they're trying to like deposit it to your tax preparer's bank instead of yours. And so they did that. And then you have to allow like 10 to 14 weeks, which puts it into that last group. It registers as though you've changed your bank account. You are welcome. Oops, let me scroll down to the when you'll receive yours. Yeah, so for a lot of people that paid their fees, it's going to push them into this last group. And even if it didn't, like here in writing, it says to allow up to 2 weeks from the time it was issued to receive the debit card by mail. And then if you call the franchise tax board, they're actually saying to allow up to 4 weeks. All right. You guys, I think I'm going to end this a little bit early tonight unless anybody has any other questions because I'm sleepy. Also, this is how ingrained in the movie theater world I am. This is a Christmassy shirt, but it is from a movie, Daddy's Home 2. Um, I think I miss working for movie theater, so maybe I will go back to doing that. All right, you guys, have a good night. Don't forget, I go live every Sunday at 11 a.m. and Monday at 9 p.m. I'll see you next time.